Good afternoon, Tesla everyone, and welcome back to another video. This is going up on Saturday, even though I'm filming this on a Friday, so I have to run by myself. I'm not recording this weekend because Matt's going to be in my room all week, and it's going to be super hard to record, and I want to record the best quality possible by having a room to myself, so there's no direct interruptions, and I can prop my phone up on my computer. Now, it's time for the Royal Rumble. And let's talk about my favorite Rumbles ranked from the worst to the absolute best, in my opinion. And these are out of the ones I have seen. Now, some things to get out of the way. I looked for the 2020 men's and women's on YouTube, and I've seen part of the men's one. I've only seen the first half where Brock Lesnar's in there throwing everyone out, and then Drew McIntyre comes in, Ricochet comes in, Lesnar goes out, and then Edge returned, and then McIntyre wins. I don't remember any at the back end of the match, just the first half when Lesnar's checking everyone out, and then the women's one, I have no clue what happened. I only know Bianca Belair is a beast. She throws out 8 people, and Charlotte Flair wins the whole thing. That's the only thing I remember or can find. And the WWE want to be strict with their policies or whatever on copyright claims and stuff. So some of these Rumbles I seen, and then they were taken down by WWE, or I just couldn't find them. Could I look for some of them? Now, WWE have been releasing some of them, but I mean, it's not the ones I want to watch. And the ones I want to watch are the ones they're never going to show, such as 2004. No, Chris Benoit won that one. 2005, I found it one time, and they were doing it in Spanish. I got through the number 3 entrance. I remember what was it. Eddie Guerrero was 1, Chris Benoit was 2, Daniel Brito was number 3. And then that's as far as I got. I was not going to sit there and have them commentate the whole thing in Spanish without me being able to see the screen. And then, that's when Batista tipped out John Cena at the same time and all that. But did I mention 2007? Yeah, I want to see 2007. 2007 was a boss. But I was able to see it. So, these Rumbles, I have seen at least one time. Some I've seen multiple times. Some I've only seen one in preparation for this video. So, without further ado, let's get into this list. At the bottom, 1995. Okay, this was a real Rumble. Yes, not even a real Rumble. Actually, this was a weird Rumble. Okay, so Shawn Michaels won this one. He went the distance. Him and British Bulldog were the first 2 in and the first 2 out. And that's about all we got. Who else was in there? Lex Luger. He was doing a nice one, but you have Mantar, Jacob, and Eli Blue. Who was in it? The Bushwhacker Luke. Not real competitors. A lot of jobbers. I heard that this one was basically a lot of jobbers. And I watched it, but it's just a bunch of jobbers, I guess. And then, but you do have the infinite moment where it's like British Bulldog throws him out, and it's like only 1 foot touched the floor, and Shawn Michaels wins the Rumble. But man, British Bulldog should have gotten his due. I mean, what was it, 92, 95, and 2000. I watched. He was in all 3 of those I watched, and he should have won a Rumble. And, but yeah, this one, it was a minute interval. So people were flying in, and flying right back out. So, it was an interesting Rumble. I don't want to watch it again. That's why it's at the bottom. If I want to watch a Rumble, I want to watch something more modern, not something from 25 years ago. Yeah, 25 years. I don't want to watch something from 25 years ago. I watched something more recent. That's why it's here. Next, we have 2000. I finished this one today. Some cool moments in this. You have Too Cool being in there. Sky Too Hottie. Grandmaster Setsei and Wakishi. And then Wakishi just dumped them out. You have, whatever infamous moment. High Kite and the posses. Jumping the acolytes and geez, I swear, Hangkai gets eliminated good 3 or 4 times in this match. But oh my god, it is annoying. This is the first one on the list where Jerry Lawler gets absolutely annoying. Him and JR. JR is cool, but oh my god, Jerry Lawler is the worst. He's like, oh my god, this person's my pick. Rikishi is my pick. Here comes Viscera. Oh, I'm changing. My pick is Viscera. Whoever missed out between Viscera and Rikishi is my pick. Whoa, here comes China. China's my pick. Oh, there goes my pick. I had The Rock pick the whole time, and The Rock won the Rumble. I had The Rock. I told you, JR. I right, The Rock run the Rumble. No, you weren't. No, Jerry. This was super annoying. I know he still does it. That I've seen, and it is always annoying. My god. And you know that the bots they made with like The Rock went over and his feet touched before Big Show was robbed. Whatever, you know. It was okay. Again, same reason. If I want to watch a Rumble, I'll watch something more modern and some less Jerry Lawler. Next, we have 1992. Now, hold your horses. I know. One of the best Royal Rumbles. And I have to admit, I enjoyed it. 2 minutes between these people, the story between Ric Flair, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Gorilla Monsoon on commentary. You have, like, what was his name? Oh my god. Barbarian. Yeah, he's like the Barbarian is scary. It's like, yeah, he doesn't like anyone. Even my manager, he barely liked me. And he's like, well, he's going into the Winter Rumble. They should be scared of me. Like, well, yeah, he's not a hairbrusher in the meantime. But yeah, Bobby Heenan was killing it. He's like, go out and take a hike, Flair, and rest. And he's like, we only want to be in there for half an hour, not an hour. And just when Flair finally wins, it is so good. That was so good to watch, see Ric Flair win the Rumble. Afterward, they, like, you know, the tear in my eye. This is the best day of my life. Bobby Heenan was super good on commentary, though. Super good. But same reason. I'm not going back almost 30 years to watch it and watch it. Well, no. But Jake the Snake Roberts and Randy Savage were going at each other. You had Piper, who won the Intercontinental Championship earlier that night and competed in this one for over half an hour, which was the first person to compete twice in a night at the Rumble. Interesting enough. But it was really good. Hulk Hogan, Sid Justice, Sergeant Slaughter. It was packed. It was really good. With some of the IRS, some of the icons that Nikolai Volkov, that's his name. Some of the legends that they still hold up 20, 30 years later. Next, 2014. Oh my god. There were some good spots. The Shield and Seth Rollins and CM Punk being 1 and 2. CM Punk doing good, and then Kane chokes ran into the table, and that was the last we saw of CM Punk. But Roman Reigns eliminating 13 people. The crowd wanted Daniel Bryan. That's why this is down here. The crowd wanted Daniel Bryan. I wanted Daniel Bryan. They booed Rey Mysterio. They booed Batista. They booed Dolph Ziggler. They booed everyone. And then when Batista won, they actually wanted Roman to win. But then, that's not my list. It's 2015. Oh, 2015. This was a dog pile of crap. We had, I remember watching this one a couple times. In the lead up to it, we had Curtis Axel coming down and Eric Rowan takes him out, so we had all three wives in the Rumble. We had a time when Bret Wyatt was on his own. The Boogeyman made an appearance. What else happened that Rumble? Ziggler, I feel like Ziggler's in every Rumble. Daniel Bryan is there. He only lasts 10 minutes and then he gets thrown out, and no one wanted Roman Reigns to win. Rusev comes down, and even The Rock shows up, and they boo The Rock. So this was a dog pile of crap. Next, we have the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Yes, I'm counting this one. We have Daniel Bryan's Iron Man performance of over an hour. We have Titus O'Neil sliding into the ring. We have Chris Jericho making a return at number 50, which I think was his last appearance in WWE before joining AEW. So that's cool. And Braun Strowman winning the whole dang thing. If it's canon or not canon, they credit Braun Strowman with having the most elimination. I saw a stat where it said Daniel Bryan now holds the longest for being in the Royal Rumble over Rey Mysterio. But, is it canon? I don't know if it's canon or not. It's weird. It's a weird one. I watched it once. It's interesting. Let's give it that. Next, we have the 2018 Women's Royal Rumble, okay? This one feels way too scripted. Not scripted. A couple problems with it. One, the WWE, I feel like they're being more careful with their women's Royal Rumble participants. Because I don't think there's no way 30 years ago they would have hit, who won the first, what was it? Half Sergeant Duggan, and the other one. Oh, the other one. I forget his name. But he won the Rumble and left the company a year later or something like that. If they were more careful with their prediction, they wouldn't have had Chris Benoit win a Rumble. They wouldn't have had Alberto Del Rio win a Rumble. I can assure you that. Who else isn't still in the company? I'm going to previous winners in my head. 9, 8, 7. It's 5, 4. Yeah, I mentioned Benoit. 3, 2, 1, 0. Man. John Studd. Big John Studd. Yeah, he left the company a year later. So I don't think they. If he would have just left, I don't think they would have given him one. Alberto Del Rio, and certainly not Chris Benoit, knowing what would have happened. But I feel they're being more careful with their women's ones. And that's why they had Asuka win the first one. She still had her undefeated streak, so it sort of made sense. And they leaned way too heavily into their retired Hall of Famers bag of tricks. I mean, Michelle McCool, Lita, we did not want Trish Stratus, Beth Phoenix, Vicky Guerrero. Way too many Hall of Famers. And I know you want to. They say they want to do a Women's Rumble, but only half the roster of women, and Paige unfortunately got injured right before. So, I mean, it was just weird. And then it felt way too scripted. Asuka having her undefeated streak, so that made sense. And then also they say lucky number 27. No one's been in the Women's Rumble has 127. So that doesn't even make sense. So why do you say, 27 is the best number to win this? Actually, it's number 25, and Asuka came in at 25. Becky Lynch came in at, Lana, she took Lana's spot, so can Becky Lynch even have a number? Lana was 29, I think, because she came down, she was hurt for 1 or 2 spots, and then Carmella was number 30 in 2019. So, Lana the second to last, and then Becky came out and took her spot. So I'm trying to remember, was she 28 or 29? And then Charlotte, I have no clue what number Charlotte was, but 27 is not a lucky number in the women's one, okay? You haven't even had a multi-number winner at that number. Anyway, and then we have the 2018 men's. There was some good stuff in this one. What was this one? The year that Heath Slater couldn't even get in the ring. We had, that huge matchup at the end where it was Shinsuke, Balor, and Roman versus Mysterio, Orton, and Cena. That was cool. We had Rusev and Finn Balor almost get a distance. This one was cool. It was cool. Yeah, I mean, nothing really stands out. Shinsuke won. Good job. Just thank you for keeping Roman Reigns from winning this one. Next, 2016. I like the crap on this one. I never officially saw it all the way through, but it's not a bad Rumble. From R-Truth coming in thinking it's a ladder match, to Roman Reigns having to defend his belt, to AJ Styles debut, to the League of Nations taking him out, to Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Triple H winning the whole thing. I mean, it was a good Rumble. I really like it. Next, 2013. And now we get into the spot where they're average. I don't remember anything about 2013. I think they said Jericho should have won this one or something. I remember Cena throwing right back out, but it was one of the most one where, Cena's gonna win because he had to face The Rock. Because once in a lifetime, that totally happened. It did not happen. So Cena win this one, and that's about all I remember him throwing right back out. I don't remember any of the good spots. That's all we got. 2009, I only saw this one once. A good 2 or 3 years ago. It was probably taken down because it wasn't like a WWE official one. I remember they did the thing with Santino getting eliminated by Kane. They had like 15 people in the ring at once. They had like the Final Four being the Legacy, All Legacy versus Triple H, and Randy Orton won it. Painted over the Legacy, and then the Legacy imploded, or was it next year? Something like that. Actually, yeah, it was next year. 2010 they had a triple threat match. 2009 they were still a thing. But that's basically all I remember from this Rumble. So I don't remember if it was good. Oh, they had Half Stars and Duggan come back for the 25th anniversary. I remember that one too. What was this Rumble? It was interesting. 2006, I remember very few things. Rey Mysterio and Triple H starting out 1 and 2. I remember Jonathan Coachman for some reason coming down and being in that Rumble. I remember Molina, who was the manager of Eminem. What was that? Johnny Nitro, and Joey Mercury. They were in there together. I remember Shawn Michaels being taken out by Shane McMahon. Kurt Angle taken out by Orton, Orton was the last eliminated, so he didn't win the Rumble. He ended up in the triple threat match at WrestleMania anyway. And mocking Eddie Guerrero, because that totally worked out well. But yeah, I remember nothing basically outside of that. But Rey Mysterio hung on and won the Rumble, so that's good. 2011, it's an interesting one. You start out with CM Punk. Well, even before that, you start with the new Nexus and the Core having a brawl. And like, if you guys don't stop, we're gonna kick you all out of the Rumble. Which I don't know what they would have done. It's like take some people from the crowd and. Then we have CM Punk and Daniel Bryan started. They do good. Punk lasts until his new Nexus people come in. And then Great Khali eliminates one of them. And then they just eliminate Great Khali. And then Cena comes in, cleans out the new Nexus and Punk. And then he just sort of turned into the John Cena show. And then Hornswoggle had a miniature attitude of judgment on people. And Kofi Kingston was in there too. And then everything from here, it complete brainwash until the end when Santino gets run out by Del Rio, and he's like, "Oh," Alberto's like, "I won," and then Santino comes back. But I remember the first half. I don't remember the second half. It's an okay Rumble. That's why it's here in the Poison to be forgotten. And then 2010. Split into 3 parts. You have CM Punk being a savage, drawing out Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix making out with the Great Khali again. I never thought I'd say that statement. Zack Ryder getting thrown out. Evan Bourne and Dolph Ziggler to start it. And then Shawn Michaels, being great. Edge coming back. Batista being number 30. Edge winning the whole thing. The Miz and MVP having their little scuffle. Yoshitatsu. That's all I gotta say. Yoshitatsu is in the match. But yeah, this one is seen a couple times. It's a good Rumble. Maybe we watch it. I don't know. Now we get into the Elite one. The top 6. I really like these. 2017. 2017 was. I think it was good. We started out with Chris Jericho and Big Cat. Some things I remember is Jack Gallagher getting thrown out with the umbrella by Mark Henry. And then the back end. Everyone remembered the back end. It was like boom, 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 boom. We got Goldberg, Lesnar, Undertaker, and Roman Reigns. We have Sami Zayn being in there a long time. Jericho being in there for almost an hour. Randy Orton winning the whole thing to take on the Wyatt. We have Big E. It was crazy. It's like Goldberg throws out. What was it? Goldberg throws out Lesnar and Goldberg is thrown out by Taker. Taker thrown out by Undertaker. And Sami Zayn was really good. Him and Owen jumped Ty Dillinger, who was supposed to come out at 10. He locked it from 10 all the way, all the way to the end. Like, until there were no more eliminations, I mean. Dolph Ziggler's in every Rumble, is what I have to say. But yeah, this one was really good. Next we have the 2019 men's. I saw this last Sunday, so very fresh in my mind. And it's a dang good Rumble. I spot on predicted the winner. Basically, I'm like, it's either Drew or Seth. And I watched this one live, and as soon as Drew went over the top, I'm like, okay, Seth is winning this one. And then Drew won this year, so I am very proud. But I got that correct, basically. So, they were both super good, so I'm glad Drew got his win. But Seth Rollins coming at number 10 and demolishing, being put through the announce table. And, you had Jeff Jarrett, you had Pete Dunne, you had Johnny Gargano. Who else was there? Cesaro, who was in this match? Orton. It was just a good match. It was a very good match. Moving on, next is the 2019 women's match. Now, this match, top 4 now, the 2019 women's was a bomb burner. It was so good. Casey Catanzaro and Naomi doing their cool stuff. I haven't even mentioned Kofi Kingston yet. Doing their cool stuff. You had, what was it? They doing their cool stuff. And then, who else was in this? Charlotte was good. Nia Jax throwing a Timberton and her and Becky Lynch. Nikki James did great. Natalia was in there for over half an hour. Lacey Evans, Mandy Rose, Corey Graves assessing over, and Mandy Rose. DeVille, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, Billy Kay, Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss making her return. I love Alexa Bliss. This was just a solid Rumble, and Becky Lynch won it, which everyone wanted. That was super good. Into the top 3, 2007. I love this Rumble. So much. Chris Benoit. I love. Okay, this is gonna sound good, but yeah, I like the wrestler. He's so good. Angle and
12:52 p.m. One notification.
Thank you. And he's so good. And then, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels to finish it out. You have Radar KO almost fighting each other. You have Viscera coming down. You have Mr. Kennedy, I want to say. But, so good. Benjamin. This Rumble is so good. I really like it. Into the top 2 now. 2012. This one might seem predictable, but for my little brain, it was the perfect Rumble. It was so good. When I go back and watch some old SmackDowns from 2011 and stuff, Sheamus was booked red hot. No doubt he was going to win the Rumble. My God, he came in at 22 and cleaned house. Cody Rhodes was in there. Cody Rhodes did amazing stuff. Cody Rhodes, what was it? The Miz beat up Alex Riley, or that 13? I know one year it was The Miz and Alex Riley. One year The Miz and Trish started. Cody Rhodes came in at 4. Wasn't there a while. The Godfather made an appearance. But yeah, this match was good. This match was really good too. Like a young OT, seen this a good 5 times. It never saw Wade Barrett, Randy Orton. Oh, this was so good. And then Jericho making his return. But Jericho still should have gotten a Rumble win. And Sheamus Broke kicking him out. That was spectacular. I love it. But my favorite Rumble has to be 2008. John Cena making his return. But not even that. Undertaker and Shawn starting it, picking up where they left off. Of course, you have Finlay jumping the gun with the Solange, but Roddy Piper and Superfly Jimmy Snuka. You have the amazing moment where Shelton Benjamin comes in and gets straight out by Shawn Michaels. You have where Shawn trying to eliminate the Undertaker the whole match. Undertaker eliminates Schmitsky. Undertaker gets taken out by Shawn. Shawn gets taken out by Mr. Kennedy. Undertaker puts Schmitsky to the SmackDown announce table. It's pandemonium. Umaga's in there. You got Chuck Palumbo taking out Joey Mercury because he put his girlfriend in the hospital, Beth Phoenix, in the hospital. But great. It was a great match. This was so much fun to watch. And then John Cena making a return from his torn pectoral muscle, and just the crowd cheering. No one hated him. Chavo Guerrero and CM Punk feud. No one complained. That was so good. This was such a good match. I love this match so much. And so that wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys.